Welcome back. Now, he's one man a lot of people would love to hate and hate to love at the same time. In fact, he has been, one man said, the no-nonsense responsible drinking crusader is back. And then, of course, we're basically talking about the place of this former member of parliament in the 10th parliament who pushed for what has come to be known as the Mututho Law governing alcohol use is back. At the moment, NACADA boss John Mututho is unpopular in many spheres, especially during this festive season. Many still wonder, why must we pay for a permit when it is in our right to celebrate at home while indulging in alcohol? Did we get him right, or are we absolutely wrong? We want to understand, what does the law say? And the man himself, John Mututho, is here. NACADA boss, thank you so much indeed for being part of the Power Breakfast show.
Thank you.
Right. So perhaps put the record straight, because a lot of people are saying you just ruined this year's Christmas.
I want first of all to tell the people to celebrate with me, because I want to see you alive in the year 2014. I want to see families joining hands together for this Christmas and ultimately doing what they do best, stay together as a family. It is not the intent of Mututho Laws, nor of anybody sane, to come and interfere with Christmas festivities. You work so hard the whole year, so hard, so many hassles, and you have to celebrate life itself, being alive. I want to say this. People like, for out of no reason, from the time I did the Mututho Laws, to misquote me. And I hate being misquoted. That's why I opted to come here. We have breakfast with you, and I explain to you very softly, so that for once people get it right and crystal clear, that upon enactment of the law, the Mututho Laws, which I displayed to your viewers this morning, the minister then put up regulations to actualize the law. A law does not start operating unless it has been actualized by the regulations. Those regulations were on page 1129 of the Kenya Gazette supplement. Kenya Gazette supplement, you start with page 1 all the way up to the end of the year, you come to so many pages, maybe 1,000, 2,000, so forth and so on. So I'm just telling you the specific one that did that particular job. And by legal notice number 206, which is in the Kenya Gazette supplement number 91, or into bracket legislative supplement number 59 of 17th December 2010, Professor George Saitoti actualized the law. In doing so, he set out some regulations. Among them, which I think people should be celebrating, is that, supposing now you are Hilton International, I'm just quoting Hilton International out of context, and you have a function at Ligindogo. There's a function at Ligindogo and you have been hired. Ligindogo is on Gong Road, for those of you who may not know, that Gong Road area. And then you have that big tent and you want to sell alcohol. What are you supposed to do? Are you carrying your license as Hilton International to that site? And will your patrons be harassed by the police for not being licensed? The answer is yes. If they are drinking there, they'll be harassed, because you are not licensed to sell your alcoholic drinks at Ligindogo. Therefore, you have to have a temporary license for that particular occasion to sell alcohol there. And that license is so described as follows. Under Schedule 4 of the said regulations, and I will read item number 11. And for those of you, I saw some of you, somebody trying who is a lawyer and wanted to also try to educate me on how to read this one. I want to also tell him, me, I'm not a lawyer, but I know how to read. It is on page 1148. Item number 11, and it reads, temporary all occasional license. That is item number 11. The title is temporary or occasional license, and the verbiage is authorized to sell alcoholic drink on the day and during the hours stipulated in the license by the district committee for the purpose of specific occasions, ceremonies, or events as indicated in the application. Dated 16th December 2010, signed by the late Professor George Saitoti, Minister of State for Provincial Administration, Internal Security, and God rest him in eternal peace. I'm displaying for to your viewers so that they're able to see what I'm reading from. I'm reading item number.
So what are you saying?
Basically,
suppose I don't ask Hilton to come.
Yes.
And go to Nakumat, which is next door.
Yes.
And I have this big tent at
Vigindogo. Yeah.
And I've got my friends.
Yeah.
And we are having a wedding or whatever party,
Yeah.
or a wedding party or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not Hilton who went. Me, I went to the supermarket, I bought alcohol, and I came to drink there.
Yeah.
Am I required to have the same license?
Are you going to sell alcohol there?
No, I'm not
Just celebrating.
So why do you need this one? It is crystal clear. The license is crystal clear. You read for yourself
so it is
to
not,
sell.
It is not selling.
It's not. If you are not selling, then you don't have to worry. Don't worry about it. So
the Ulapalo has been
these guys, they just see Mututho, they see controversy. I guess most people are having a terrible hangover most of the time. That they see Mututho, they see danger. But I'm not more dangerous than the guy who has brought in Akobro. Yeah. So yeah. So, and I support him, by the way. So the the story is very simple. Temporary or locational license. This is not Chiefs Act. Mututho will never subscribe to the old Chiefs Act. This is not the colonial administration, the law that I quoted, 1907. This is Mututho law, a very civilized law, and it does not look at Kenyans outside the constitution that we enacted the same year, 2010. The Bill of Rights. No law can be passed in the Republic of Kenya. No law can be implemented if it flies on the face of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights specifically. No law.
So what you are saying, any bar owner, you know, some people, they normally ask for outside catering.
Yes.
Yes. So you have this party, and you are doing some outside catering, and you ask some people to come and cook food for your party.
Yes.
And then they come there, they provide you with food.
Yes.
And they also provide you with alcohol.
There you are.
That's
if
when
they,
you
if
need
they
the
start
There you
charging
are.
money,
That's you are.
if they start charging money,
Outside catering, that alcohol was bought and being dispensed off there. You got to get a license for that. But for you and your big family, and I believe you must be having a big family.
Yes.
Just you like me, we know each other. Yes. You have your boozy. They treat your child, your glad child, your great child, whatever you want to do. But don't quote Mututho for not affording alcohol for your family. You quote yourself.
So you go to the supermarket.
You buy your alcohol, but while you are there, remember other statutes may apply, like if you decide to feed children, young ones, yes, those statutes apply.
Yeah.
But in terms of licensing, why do you need a license?
So the only person who needs a license is somebody
Outside catering.
outside the premises, going to sell alcohol in another place.
Yes, and that's the law.
And not the consumption.
Not consumption.
The word
not
here,
the one is sell,
authorized,
not consume.
authorized to sell alcoholic drink, authorized to sell. And the title of the license is temporary or locational license.
Okay.
Mututho is not making new laws, honestly. I wish people could also send me a Christmas card and wish me a Merry Christmas. And look at the headache ahead of us.
And maybe provide you with a bottle of John Walker.
Not that one. That one, no. that one was also there in my eviction party. But that was not as bad as what I've seen in WhatsApp. Kids sitting and taking alcohol and straw. It has been circulated around and other things. Kenyans, please, let's respect our youth and ourselves.
There's this misunderstanding as well that this is a new law.
It's not a new law. That's for the fourth time, and I thank you. I'll come even 5, 6, 10 times. As long as you call me 2 hours before time, from 4 a.m., I'll come.
It is not new.
It is not new.
It's not new. I'm confirming it's not new. That's why I've quoted the date.
If there is no, okay, let's say this. Have you made any proposals for amendment to your law, to your Mututho laws, to be passed by this parliament? Are there any proposals you are making?
Yes.
Tell us those.
These ones are mainly to streamline issues that have been laid in various courts. I've seen many people uncomfortable, like if you are drinking after hours, who is supposed to be pinned down? Is it the bar seller or the person drinking? So those things need to be clarified crystal clear in law. Other items is that when you advertise alcohol, we have always maintained advertise after 10. But it came out by way of regulation, but wanted not to be in the way of statutes. The other thing is irregularities in licensing and hours regime. For instance, these people who are calling themselves Let Us Spill It are really missions of death. They open 8:30 and continue serving and dispensing alcohol, and people are drinking just outside there, and everybody can see. Then somebody who is licensed to sell beer and who is paying a hefty license is only opening at 5 p.m. First of all, it's unfair. It flies on the face of Article 27 of the Constitution on equality. So we need to have that one, all of them open at the same time. If you have to open at 5, let everybody open at 5. If you have to open at 6, let everybody be at 6. So those are the kind of amendments we're talking about, harmonization.
Which means, if, like it happens in some countries, you go to Nakumat or wherever, whichever shop sells alcohol, any supermarket, they sell alcohol. Which means, if you want to buy alcohol from Nakumat or from any other shop, you will not buy alcohol before 5. Is that what we're saying?
That's what we're saying.
You cannot go if you're grocery, then include beer there.
Because as I'm seated here now, and I want somebody, if you're a parent, to pretend to be on leave, sit by your balcony. You rarely use your balconies. Most of you have very good, beautiful balconies, but you rarely sit there. You will see taxi drivers who move around the estate, and they're supplying alcohol to young people. They're getting them from markets, and they supply in huge quantities. Just sit by your balcony, enjoy your cup of tea, or your glass of wine for that particular matter. Just keep watching. You see from the neighborhood, a packet, something, it's not milk. They're supplying alcohol to your children at home. I'm telling you, when you look at responsibility of an adult in Kenya, then you have to act beyond the Mututho laws sometimes. Because, let me draw you back. Look at the animals you hate most, the hyena. The hyena, only 2 produce babies. It's called alpha male and alpha female. But upon production of the puppies, the whole population, hungry as they are, ugly as they are, they protect the youth. You as an adult, you are in the comfort of your house now, or your bedroom, wherever you are, or in your office. Remember this, you have an inherent right to come and protect the youth. So I'm just challenging, if you're on leave, just sit by your balcony, watch the movement of cars, and you'll realize what I'm talking about. From those wines and spirit, from the bars, not bars, from the supermarkets, a huge amount of alcohol will be dispensed this morning. That's what we're trying to do. But if you, Lily, alcohol is part of your chemistry, you cannot plan yourself properly. You can go to a supermarket after 5 or at night. Now it's going to open late. Normally you close at 8:30. Have adequate stocks for you for 1 week or 1 month, depending on who you are, and then keep enjoying your alcohol. Nobody's going to stop you from that. Nobody's infringing your rights on that. But why do you want to allow youngsters to continue enjoying alcohol, being brought to and fro, shunting to and fro by taxi drivers and other people, and putting the whole population to a risk? And this is how you do it. They reported in the media this week, about 2 weeks ago, that young people are spending 240 billion shillings per annum in Kenya to entertain themselves. 240 billion to entertain themselves. That is from you. You give your daughter something, your son. So all of us together, we contribute 240 billion. And that is bigger than the Kanu budget, Moi budget, my party Kanu. It is bigger, that amount of money. Out of that, 50% or 120 billion will go to alcohol and drugs. Okay, the 120 I have no problem with. Let them dress neat, let them have the gadgets, electronics, let them feel good. Take their life. They're living in a world which is fairly sweet for them, so let them enjoy that. But the 120 billion, honestly, if we were to encourage our youth to come and form cooperatives, these people would set up first quality industries like their fathers did. They would set up transport companies, they would set up computer companies, they would set up IT companies. Many good things they can do. No wonder they are not very eager to discuss or talk about the Wezo Fund, because Wezo Fund is only 6 billion. These guys are already having 120 billion to abuse. That's that's the reality. Now, what I'm saying is this, basically. Let us do all that is humanly possible to enjoy ourselves, but to stay within the two white lines as in Kenya. You enjoy yourself, but without stepping into somebody else's right, and also let's protect our youth from this vice versa.
There's a concern here, even looking at the law, you've read it, it's very clear, but you look around the commentaries, articles that have been written against you and literally getting the law absolutely wrong. And then you get a sense that their voices are stronger than yours. Would you